Oh, I'm so excited for this brand new kit. We're dropping kit number 15, and I'm going to tell you about the fragrances in our latest kit. It's a good one, guys. Stick around to find out what's inside. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Sebastian, talking to you about the latest Scent Club kit. It's kit number 15. Have you been taking advantage of buying our kits every time we drop them? We drop the regular kits around every 2 months approximately. And the last one was 14. And the last kit featured, we had Vanilla Mudslide, we had Essential Parfums Bois Imperial Extrait. The Vanilla Mudslide was from Blender Graphy. And then we also had L'Orchestre Parfum Cocktail Appalachius. Really great collection of fragrances. And we still have that kit available, by the way. If you haven't picked it up, it's linked in the info box. But we do have our latest kit. It is kit number 15. I can't believe we've done 15 kits now. We started doing this, I believe it was July or late June of 2022. And we are now, well, actually, it's just around 3 years later, and we're at kit number 15. So this is kind of like the 3rd-year anniversary for the Scent Club when we launched with number 1, and at that time it was Ludo by Sarah Baker Perfumes, Eau de Vertu by Angelo's Creations Olfactives, and then we also had Rouge Sarré from the house of Atelier des Ors. That was the very first kit. Let me know if you got the first kit. It was a complete different design. Then we changed our design, of course. People were saying it was just too antique-y looking and everything. And then we settled with this latest design, and we've got number 15 now. It's been a great, exciting ride to do these kits. The way the kits work, and I try and explain them in each video, but I don't explain them in each video. If you're new to the channel and you've never bought a kit before, it's a Scent Club kit of some of my favorite fragrances. So we do the Scent Club kits. We're at number 15 now. We also do the mystery boxes, and they're a little different. The mystery boxes are samples the brands make. So they're the official samples of the brands, and they don't necessarily have to be my favorite fragrances. Some or most of them are newer offerings or newer releases with some maybe forgotten fragrances that need to be highlighted again. So that's mostly the mystery box. But the main kit, the one we're on now, the one that we're dropping, number 15, are fragrances that I really love and enjoy wearing, and I want to share it with you guys as well. The Scent Club is a great way to discover new fragrances. We set out to do a subscription, but sadly it was too hard to manage, and the dates are shifting all the time with these launches. So we're doing drops, and we run out, and then we move on to the next one. But as I said, we still have some 14. Let me see if this is 14. This is 14 right here. And again, that is Cocktail Appalachius from the house of L'Orchestre Parfum. There was Vanilla Mudslide from Blender Graphy and Essential Parfums Bois Imperial Extrait. If you've been collecting these kits from early on, let me know if you were able to see the design for the first sets of fragrances we did. I believe we did 3 kits with the old design, and with the 4th, we went to the current design. And the design has been getting changed around. It's been perfected now. We've settled with this, but here's a photo of what we have in the kit. For the purposes of balancing out the bottles, we move the images of the bottles around, but the first fragrance in the kit, the number 1 fragrance, which is numbered 1, is from a house called PROAD. This is Blue Whiskey on the Rock in an old-fashioned glass. So it's a boozy fragrance, and that brand is out of Thailand. Fallen in love with this one, and I've been mentioning it in various videos. It's a boozy fragrance. Really love it. So number 2 fragrance is One Day's TAIPEI. Now, I know some of you guys were mentioning you don't like gourmands. This is a gourmand, but not your traditional gourmand. It's a savory gourmand, not a sweet gourmand. Now, there might have some sweeter elements there, but if you know the difference between sweet or savory, you kind of get an idea of what kind of a gourmand this is. This was also a very interesting love. I've mentioned Oolong Tea, the brand's fragrance from many years ago. In fact, we featured it in a kit. It was kit number 5 from what I remember. But I was at Ministry of Scent and I discovered this there. and I instantly fell in love with it. It's a unique fragrance. It's unusual. I'm going to get to the details of each of the fragrances, but I just wanted to highlight that. And the third and final fragrance is Filthy Musk from the house of Born to Stand Out. So it looks like we have 3 Asian brands here today. We've got the Thai brand PROAD. We have a brand from Hong Kong, One Day, and then we have Born to Stand Out Filthy Musk from South Korea. So let me know if you've gotten your nose on these fragrances. And again, the kits drop now, and also letting you know if you've signed up for our newsletters, emails, and or if you've purchased a kit before or anything from the store and you've selected to be notified via emails, then you should get a advance notification to buy these before it's available to everybody when I do the video. So if you got the email yesterday, you would have had the chance to buy the kit in advance. So let's talk about the first fragrance. It's PROAD's Blue Whiskey on the Rock in an old-fashioned glass. I know it's a long name, very long name. This is a fragrance created by Olivier Pescheux. This came out in 2023. I believe he died. The perfumer, Olivier Pescheux, died in 2023. So he might have made this just before his passing. And also, Olivier Pescheux has done a lot of diptyque fragrances. So if you like diptyque fragrances, you'll probably like this one. But it's a great boozy fragrance. I absolutely love it. It smells really, really great. And I'm a big fan of boozy fragrances, and I always end up featuring them here. But this stuff is so awesome. I would classify this more like a woody, spicy, boozy fragrance. And it features notes of yuzu, eucalyptus, menthol, whiskey, anise, lavender, rose, cedarwood, vetiver, oakwood, patchouli, musk. If you've gotten your nose on this one, do let me know. Let me give you a little bit more idea. I've featured this in a few videos. I mean, the way I discover fragrances, I'm, constantly smelling fragrances and things like that everywhere I go where I have access to fragrances. And I attend shows as well, and people send me samples and things like that. So this is quite aromatic and spicy, and it smells like a real spirit, but sweetened up for it to be a bit more, enjoyable to wear. I was mentioning in a video recently there, I think it was for Dianum's whiskey, Japanese whiskey fragrance, another Asian brand from Vietnam. That fragrance to me smells like the actual real spirit, like an alcohol, a liqueur, an alcoholic drink. Not so sweet. Here, it is sweetened up because, a lot of times boozy fragrances do need that little ambery sweetness in the base to give it that kind of interesting depth for it. Dianum Japanese whiskey is like the real thing. So whatever you would be sipping, if you like whiskey and you've sipped enough, you kind of have that smell, but mostly in taste form because smell and taste are connected. It's the real thing. Here, I like the fact that it is sweetened up and it is amberier in the dry down. There's earthy, woody elements here and, lots of aromatic and spicy notes as well. It's so good. Really, really awesome. I'm so happy that we were able to feature this in a kit. Blue Whiskey on the Rock in an old-fashioned glass. Let me know if you've discovered this Thai brand or Thai house of PROAD. Add a comment below so we can find out. Alrighty, up next we've got the fragrance TAIPEI from the house of One Day. So I was so grateful that Michael Wong, the perfumer and the man behind the brand, agreed to have me feature this fragrance. And this is how it happens. When I discover a fragrance that I'm really loving and enjoying, I contact the brands to see if they are interested in having me feature it in a kit and things like that. So at the time, this was still macerating and maturating. So Michael Wong had to check and figure out if it was possible. And it turned out that it was. We did have to delay the launch of this kit by a week, but it eventually made it. And I got my fulfillment team to get in to put the kit together. And again, I'm so grateful for this because this is a very unusual fragrance. It's totally different, but so, so good. Again, savory gourmand. It's not your traditional sweet fragrance. There are sweeter elements here, but it's a lot of rice. But to me, it smells roasted, toasted, kind of a combo. So yum. Let me know if you've sampled this one, but it has notes of soy milk, rice, taro, guaiac wood, iris, musk, vetiver, sandalwood. Again, if you're tired of sweet gourmands, but you like the idea of savory, this is probably one of the best savory fragrances that I've ever put my nose on. And there's not a lot of savory fragrances out there. To me, it comes off salty, and usually salty is associated with savory. Oh man, so good. There's almost like this spicy black peppery touches. And the fact that there's saltiness in here because it's savory, and salt and pepper kind of like you sprinkle on food kind of gives me that kind of an effect like I'm sprinkling it on some kind of rice. Because if I have just plain rice, I want to add a little flavor to it. For sure, I'll throw in some salt. For sure, I'll throw in some toasted nuts or sesame seeds. And of course, maybe some black pepper as well to give it a kick. And I'm getting that here. This is one of the best. I mean, there's not a lot of savory fragrances out there, but this is definitely one of the best I've gotten my nose on. And it is a fine example of a super amazing savory gourmand. It's awesome. It's really, really awesome. I wanted something a bit unusual. I know some of you guys were complaining that the last mystery box had too many gourmands. And, you know, I'm not getting tired of gourmands, but I do look outside of straightforward gourmands as well. I mean, I love patchouli, obviously. I think it's one of the best notes out there, and it's not necessarily considered a gourmand. But this was, I thought, very unique fragrance, and I'm hoping that you guys will check it out and, you know, embrace it and see what it's all about, because it's so different. And every time I talk to Ministry of Scent, they say the fragrance is sold out. So it seems to be very popular as well. I mean, it's so unusual, so different, but so good. Michael Wong did a great job on this. I'm absolutely head over heels for it. This is TAIPEI from the House of One Day. Let me know if you're familiar with that one. All right, and last but not least, we have a fragrance from the House of Born to Stand Out. It's Filthy Musk. So this one does have sweeter elements, but it's like an equally nice balance of sweet, fruity notes, honeyed and boozy as well, with animalic, musky, funky notes as well. And if you are challenged with animalic notes, maybe this might not be it for you. But if you embrace it with open arms, try and figure out a way to appreciate it, then you will like this one. To me, I feel like it's a more animalic and more sweeter take on something like Sadonaso. So I feel like Sadonaso is a really nice balance of animalic musk with sweetness. Here, I feel like it's amplified more and even made boozy as well. But it's so good. It features notes of pineapple, honey, animal musk, patchouli, nutmeg, jasmine absolute, vanilla, caramel, ambroxan, gray amber, tonka absolute, rum extract, and civet. Yes, and if you caught my video yesterday on civet fragrances, I did mention in that video that this is in the kit. So if you watched that video, you would have had that opportunity to take advantage of picking up the latest Scent Club Kit 15 yesterday as well. But this is what we normally do. We announce the kits for the past, folks that bought the kits, and then we drop it officially on a Sunday. But to me, this starts off sweet and fruity and honeyed up top, but instantly you're hit with musks. It's an animalic, and also this has got a bit of old school men's powerhouse animalic fragrances of the 80s kind of vibe, juxtaposed with all the sweet fruitiness, honey touches, and the animalic musks. It's really, really awesome. I love it. Really nice work from the perfumer at Flair by the name of Margot Lepage-Gorin. We've actually featured her fragrance twice now in a kit. She did Jani from the House of Soradora, and then this fragrance, Filthy Musk. Yeah, it seems like they have a pretty good relationship working. She does have a good relationship working with Born to Stand Out. They just launched the Candy Oud as well recently. But to me, I love this one more. I was a big fan of Sadonaso, and the fact that this is a bit more amplified, a lot more intense. The other one is a fine fragrance. I love it. But I just like the intensity of this one. Everything just comes alive. It's sweeter, but also more animalic, if that makes sense. And it's an awesome fragrance. I'm really grateful for Born to Stand Out to agree to be featured here. This is Filthy Musk. Awesome fragrance to have here in the kit. And we have 5.5 ml bottles, approximately the filling of the juices in the kits. And there's 3 in the kit, 3 fragrances every few months. And that's the latest kit for you guys. So Blue Whiskey on the Rock in an old-fashioned glass by PROAD, or PROAD, I should say. It's not PROAD, it's PROAD. One Day's TAIPEI, and then Born to Stand Out, Filthy Musk. Again, I have a few more 13s and 14s left. If you haven't bought those, get them now before we completely run out. And I think the 13 might be out by the time this video airs. Double check. But definitely we have a few extra 14s as well. And then also there's individual fragrances from past kits in the store as well. If you were looking for something and didn't want to pick up a whole kit, we have some from a long time ago from some of the older kits. Anyway, I'm excited for this kit, guys. I hope you guys are as well. Kit number 15 has dropped. Let me know your thoughts on these fragrances. Add a comment below and appreciate you tuning in today. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.